Guild of Dungeoneering all across the land. They're cheering, oh, to be a Dungeoneer, chasing fame and glory.
So yeah, Guild of Dungeoneers. Been playing it a little bit. Thought I would do a little intro. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. There are quirky songs like that all over. So yeah, first thing here, barracks. Allows you to
The
start.
one that's always left behind, the solitary lump, the pawn who's fodder for the grind, the sorry little chump.
So there we go. There's our chump first dungeoneer that we get. Allows us to go through and do the dungeons at this point. So yep. That'll be my only option for the moment. I have to get some gold and stuff, and that's what the dungeon's going to allow us to do. New dungeons, always pretty simple in my experience thus far. So defeat 3 monsters up here in the right corner. That will be my goal for this. They will actually take my first turn for me. Kind of don't like that, but whatever. Place a room, place an enemy, place some treasure. I will now fight Rubber Ducky. So, he's going to be doing a headbutt. Does 2 damage to me, and he loses a health. My options are to punch, punch, or punch. So we each have lost 2 life. I, however, had a little more. Now, he's going to be punching and losing a life. I can choose to block that and gain a life from instead of losing a life. But since he's going to be losing a life, he's going to be down to 1. I can punch through that, defeat him. May as well do that. There's no benefit to ending a fight with more health than, or less. You'll always have full health at the beginning of each fight. Now I have items to choose from. Each one will gain me something. So this will gain me a level of Crush. A level of Crush is going to give me Crush 1. That's going to be a new card in my deck. The Straight Jacket gives me a health, and the Fork gives me a level of Blade, which will allow me to put that Slice card in my deck. Or the Slice card will go in my deck. There's no placing it once it's there. So, like, if I were to choose the Twig and it has Crush, and then later I choose an offhand item that also has Crush, I'll then have Crush 2. That will be another card that will go in my deck ostensibly better than the first one. I like more health. Typically early on I will always pick up more health if that's an option. So I have defeated 1 monster of my 3, so now I'm going to place another room, place a corridor, because why not? Place a bat in there to defend, and place a gold pouch. You will not always get treasure like that. I don't know if it's being nice to me or if I just got lucky. So he's going to be doing 1 magic damage and blocking 1 physical. So Eyes Closed Punch would be useless. It would just get blocked. My lucky hit would be reduced in its effectiveness. It would only 1 would get through. So I will use the Cower, which blocks both magic, as you can tell by the blue portion of the shield, and physical. And I will gain a health. So as you see, if you're full... Oh no, I don't gain a health with this one. Duh. There's... I don't even know if I have that one. Once again, he's doing a magic damage. This time, the magic damage, if it hits, will gain him life. Once again, something I don't want to happen, we'll block that. Now he's doing a physical attack that is unblockable. That's what that shield means. So I'm going to go ahead and use my more powerful ability. Now I have nothing in the way of really options. He's going to gain a health. I'm going to take the health away. Take a health, lose a health. And finally, he's going to be blocking. Therefore, I'll block instead. And then finally, I can finish him off. level up, I get another hit point. Wooden stool comes with Crush 1, so that's an offhand item that has Crush. So, you know, had I picked up the twig earlier, a weapon that had Crush, I would have 2 levels of Crush. The level of Stupidity, which puts the Stupidity card in my deck, which does nothing, and Armor, which would give me that Repel spell or ability. I could switch my Straitjacket for a Ruffled Shirt. I would lose at the bottom down there, you see the 1 health, and I would gain the Shift ability, which is a swift attack. That's what the little lightning bolt means, meaning that I would deal my damage before the enemy deals their damage, and gain a card. And then finally, I can take an offhand item, Cuppa, which gives me Fire 1, which is a new spell and deals magic damage. And that's what I'm going to choose, because I don't like the wooden stool with its stupidity. I don't want to switch out for the ruffled shirt, so yeah. Now, I also had an option down below which says take gold instead, and that would put a gold pouch, or a treasure card, into my hand. Later in the game, that can be very important in that you can guide your hero around by placing treasure. So like right now, he's looking to go up here towards the nasty rat. Well, if I just don't want him to go that way for whatever reason, I can place treasure over here and he'll be like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to go that way instead. Put a guard there and go ahead and end the turn. I could have placed another guard, but it wouldn't have mattered. Alright, so unblockable, so I may as well not use my block. Go ahead and use my lucky hit. He's doing a single attack, I'm not scared. Once again, there's not any point in saving health unless, you know, you're gonna die, obviously. Dealing damage is, generally speaking, the way to go.
Oh, look, it's your Dungeoneer who survived. Just look at the joy. I'm so teary-eyed. Do you think that they'll all come back alive? Well, I suppose if they don't, then at least they all tried.
So, for my map exploration, I gained 4 gold. For the monsters I killed, I gained 2 gold. For the loot and gear that I accrued, I got 5 gold, and then the quest bonus of 50. So that will allow me to expand the guild using that 61 gold. On the tier 1, everything here costs 50 gold. You can see that at the bottom of the little card there. Every other one is a new type of Dungeoneer that you'll be able to use. So the Cat Burglar is a physical type. He starts with physical cards, a lot of sneaky stuff. The Bruiser I have not used. I assume that he is a physical also. Less sneaky stuff, probably some blocking. Don't know exactly. The Mime I have used. He's got some tricksy stuff. A lot of card stealing, discarding. You can mimic your opponent's cards, stuff like that. The Apprentice is a mage style. I played with him and I did not like him simply because vast amount of magic damage and the fact that he has a lot of magic blocking, and at least at the level that I've been playing at, I haven't seen a whole lot of magical enemies to where it felt like that was very useful to me, especially early in a dungeon. And finally over here we have the loot tree. Each one of these will unlock additional items that you can get as loot in the dungeons. So 50 gold each. You got the curio shop, so that's my magic items. You got the woodworking. You got the leatherworking, I'm guessing armors and such, and then you have the blacksmith, so weapons and possibly metal armors. I'm not sure exactly. I enjoyed the Cat Burglar, so I'm going to do that so we can show that and show me having fun, because that's probably more interesting than... let's go ahead and make this a tier 4.
Up until now, we've all had some fun, and you could say you've come very far. But brace yourself for some woeful cat puns. Now that we have a cat burglar.
Meow. Meow. And the cat puns will start. You will see. So I'm going to go ahead exploring with the cat burglar. It automatically chooses it, although you can go back to your chump if you felt like it. Enter the dungeon 2. So now I get to do what I consider the most fun and really engineer which way the dungeoneer goes. The goal is to come up here and kill the Rat King. However, I can take as long as I want to do that, so I can go through as many side rooms, gain as much loot, and so on and so forth as I wish. And I am, in fact, going to do that to at least some degree. So I'm going to place a room, place a rat, and since I have a mysterious fountain room, I'm going to put that on. It may or may not be something I ever want to go through, and you'll see why just now. It's going to be a negative fountain of blindness. It's not as bad of one as you can sometimes get. The blindness means that I will not know what this card is, and so I won't be able to react to it as thoroughly. Catnip gives the next physical attack that I perform a bonus of damage, so that can be nice in that you can build up some burst rather than dealing 1z, 2z per round. On this particular fight, I don't see any reason to do that, so I'm just going to do as much damage as I can each round. I have 2 catnips now, so the odds that I'm going to be able to... And scratches of quick, so you can see this now. I deal my damage first, and he does not do his. As a cat burglar, you do get an extra loot, so more options. Options are pretty much always good. Holy Seal. This is the one that I thought I was doing earlier, where it blocks and you gain health for the things that you block. Fork for extra damage, for damage with a block. I like health. Health means you get to do things that you want for longer. So another mysterious fountain. I can put that here and hope that it's beneficial. There we go, Fountain of Heroism. So that gains 1 hit point per damage blocked in the next fight. That can be awfully nice if you're leading up to a difficult fight. As it stands, whatever. So for now, I am level 2. I'm going to go ahead and try and face up against a level 2. It may or may not go well. We'll see. One of the things that I thought Ratman had, well, I must be thinking of a Knoll. They look kind of similar in the pictures. We'll get to that. So he's going to be doing 2 damage to me and damage to himself. I don't have any options to block or anything like that, so I might as well just do the most damage I can. And once again, 2 damage to me, 1 to himself. If I do 2, he's lost. One of the things I did like about the mime was that the discard cards that you got allowed you to oftentimes choose what your opponent's next ability is from 2 options. And that was often, like I said, something I enjoyed about it. So, Male Quaff, I gained 2 health and 2 stupidity. Not interested. Tattered Mail, apparently it gives me a health, so I don't lose the health that I'm currently getting from the straitjacket. I would also gain armor and stupidity. And not too interested in stupidity. Shimmering Cloak gives me arcane and fire. I do like Mind Strike ability, so that's a damage and an extra card. Extra cards mean more options, less chance that you're not going to have something useful to use against a particular enemy. But at the current time, I don't want to trade out my 1 health for it. And finally, an offhand glyph here. I get strike and I get the Holy Seal with the arcane one and the holy one. I do like that. I'm going to take that. Now, it'd be nice if I got my dungeoneer away from this fountain. Well, like I said, the Fountain of Blindness doesn't bother me overly much. Like another mysterious fountain. They don't use quite this abundantly. Fountain of Knowledge. So that one is the hero starting battle hand is increased by 2 in the next fight. So I'll have more card. as I said before, more cards equals more options. I have a knoll, because I started to talk about something that I thought was on the other guy, and the knoll is what I actually have. So you'll notice he has a trait over here. His trait is Fury. All of his physical attacks deal +1 damage if his health is half or less. So once I've dealt the third heart's worth of damage here, he'll be at half health, and that Fury will activate, and any attacks that he do that are physical will go up by 1 additional damage. So currently he's throwing an attack that is going to make me discard if successful. So we'll block that. As you see, when I gain a health, it actually increases the number of stars. That's not a maximum that I can possibly have. He's doing another physical attack. I don't care. I don't really want to do catnip if I can avoid it. So I dealt magical damage and gained an extra card. So now, as you see, I have 4 cards. Once again, so I might as well do 2 damage, because that's the one I would most not want to lose. I lost a Pouncers, which is an unblockable damage. Kind of nice, but oh well. So now he's got his Fury enabled, though. Since I dealt that 2 damage, brought him down to 3, his single damage Anger is now going to deal 2. He is going to deal damage to himself. It would be nice if I could deal 2 damage this turn, but unfortunately that's not within the realm of what can happen. I'm going to go ahead and do the catnip, because I'm with that scratch. Now I'm going to be able to do the attack first, take out both of those health, and end the fight. So currently I've got a glyph in my offhand, I've got a straight jacket, I can tell by the picture down here. So body and offhand items would be less valuable, because they would be things I'd be replacing as opposed to brand new items. Club gives me crush and a growth level. The rekindle is nice. I like growth a lot. Stiletto gives me a blade and a swift. I also like swift. Swift gives you some tricksy stuff. Attacking first, gaining cards. I think I'm gonna go with that. Crossbow is an item that I remember is a nice swift item. Wow, really getting a lot of treasure cards, which is not usual in my experience. Go ahead and throw down another bowl. Throw down a gold pouch to lead me that way, although it looks like he already changed his mind to go that way once there was an enemy and the fountain, I guess. And you know what, I'm going to put a rat man down just so that I've used up all my 3 cards, more or less. It could get to a point. I seriously doubt it'll ever come up to where I don't have a... yeah, I've got the blindness now, unfortunately. So I don't know what he's doing. I do know what type of attacks Noel's capable of. More than likely, it's going to be physical damage. Very possibly going to be things that cause him to lose health. Could be that if I did my throw cat right now, that would take him down to his... to the level where he would be furied, so I'm going to avoid that. He's doing a discard. I didn't have a block anyway, so it doesn't matter. I did lose the throw cat, which I find discouraging. Now, let's see. If he causes himself to lose health, he could go into fury mode right now. So I'm going to catnip up and hope that he actually ends up, there we go, causing himself damage. Now he's got 4 left. If I throw a slice or a throw cat, I am up to 4 damage in a single hit, and he never gets to use that fury against me. So that was almost the best possible scenario. So now I could sacrifice that 1 health. I am getting strong enough now where I probably don't need it as badly. I don't want to gain any stupidity, and I've already got a glyph. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and trade out the Shimmering Cloak for the Straight Jacket. Like I said, I'm at a point now where I don't fear lost track of what I was saying there. Oh, with the health. You know, I'm feeling stronger. I feel like I can take them. Let's go and put that quarter there, because that will link me up with where I actually want to go. And, it doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and throw a rat man. It's always possible that everything I get next time will be, less desirable and creatures to fill up there. And I don't know if you noticed that, but she said, I have a bad feline about this. Once again, like I said, the cat puns are going to be prevalent now. Okay, I could block and heal, but I'm not concerned about the amount of health I have. I do like having more cards. Once again, mo options, mo better. This will also help me build up some burst in my Fire Blast. So, yeah. Deals damage, I heal that damage right back, I gain a card. Overall, I'm happy. Now he's going to deal damage to myself and himself. Go ahead and catnip as well, so now, in 2 attacks, I should be able to wipe him. I don't like the fact that he's going to try and make me discard. I think it's unlikely. Well, okay, I have 2 physicals with 2 attack. So, if I Fire Blast, I know that I will have enough to finish it next turn. As I say, as long as he doesn't get something that heals himself, okay, shift. I still have a swift attack. I had the, I'm guessing that I just had to discard my other swift attack. That's fine. So, 2 swift damage. I managed to kill him before he even gets to throw that attack. So, once again, Fury never got realized. So, body, weapon, and 2 head items. One of those head items being something that I like a lot, and that's the sparkly headband here. So it gives me Fire 1, which I already have 1 level of Fire, so that puts me up to that Fire 2 spell you see up there. And Holy 1, I already have a Holy somewhere, so this puts me up to the Holy 2, so that Smite spell. More or less no-brainer at that point. Cool treasure card, so now I can load up the next couple of rooms I'm going to be going into with treasure. I don't have any interest in putting any of the rest of those cards anywhere. I'm going to keep my eye out for a corridor that will fill this, because I remember that was something that happened to me last time, where I ended up going back and forth between like these 3 rooms because it never gave me something that would have all 3 of these connections. And it's like right now I cannot place this here because it will not allow you to put anything that doesn't connect to all the available connections from a given point. So none of those places are available. I can put those down here because it doesn't matter. There's no way to connect to the other things yet, and so it doesn't care that I'm cutting off options. Options in Potentia are lesser than options in reality. So this guy does not have Fury. I'm not concerned about when I knock him to a certain level of damage, so I'm just going to do as much damage as possible each round. I'll get an extra card. And there we go. Slice will finish it. So nothing here thrills me. Club, I would lose Blade and Swift to gain Crush and Growth. Sparkly Headband I've already got. If I were to pick that up, it immediately sold for extra gold. That adds to my end total. I don't know if that or taking an extra card, generally speaking, leads to more gold. But I'm going to take the extra card so I can load up my the dungeon ahead. Good. Let's see this one. Oh, I can't place them up here yet because I'm actually not linked with it yet. That's so previously when I can't place anything here, it's not really proving anything because I wouldn't be able to place even a correct item there until I link up and I'm connected to one of these two rooms. But I can't place this here because it would try and link to this room, and there is no link for that. I can't place it here because it tries to link to that room, and there is no link to that. So yeah, down here is the only places I can place those, and I don't care. So, we'll go ahead and end the turn. Go ahead and advance on that treasure. I hope that it's potable. I'm guessing that means it's supposed to be a pun on the word portable. Don't really know. Let's go ahead and throw cat. It's always I think it's more likely that we'll come up with a physical block than a magical block. My fountain. I gain health for every thing that I block. So, see, now he's got a physical block. So I'm glad that I've got my magical attack available so that I can fix that. And finally, we'll do 2 damage of physical and end that fight. At this point, more or less, I don't think fountains do all that much. Cooking pot gives me crush and fire. I lose holy 2. So yeah, the only thing I would gain is that bash. I don't care, don't care, don't care. Take some gold. Although I'm going to get to a point where, you know, it doesn't make sense to keep loading up. Yeah, see, again, none of these rooms are useful to me. I can't place this anywhere over here. Nope, nope, nope. So I guess I'll just put the gold pouch up there. Yep, that's nothing else useful. A nice 4-way would be nice. So unblockable, so obviously I don't want to try and use my block. I'll just go ahead and do max damage. Gain a card. May as well. More options, more better. I can gain a health and a card and make my next magical attack better. I can deal 1 damage unblockable. I can make my next physical attack better. Guess I'm going to do this because then I can just use my physical and end it. So he's going to cause me to discard a card. Oh well. Wooden board for the offhand. So I would lose my arcane and holy level 2 and just gain a repel. Not interested. Ruffled shirt. I'd gain swift 2, lose arcane and fire. Nope, not interested. Take gold. Okay, so I can link to there. Whew. Go ahead and drop the gold coins there. Go ahead and drop some silver coins there. Fights, just take that. I wonder if I can dissuade him from going after that particular gold. Doesn't look like it. That's alright. Oh no, I'm not connected yet. Can't put that there. Alright, don't care. Hope the gold pouch is potable. You have to have some sort of strange accent to think that potable is a pun for portable. An accent unlike mine, that's for sure. Not going to be explaining my decisions quite as much. I think you all know why I do the things I do for the most part. Fire blast. And finally, we'll just go ahead and swift attack. Yeah, so since I already have a shimmering cloak on, I'm going to take the shimmering cloak, because that's just going to add gold as opposed to taking a card of gold where I have to place that somewhere. So, nothing useful. I could put a beast in my way on the way to this, but I'd rather not. So, we'll just end it. your Dungeoneer can walk 2 squares. So, it can move to there, but if the next thing had been down here, he would have moved that much, or she would have moved that much, and then stopped. So I can do this first. I'll add to this, and I can't do them in the opposite order and be guaranteed of any gain. Yeah, I want more cards. Wow. What am I doing? Oh, he's got Fury already. So I'm going to save the Swift one to use next turn so that whatever he's got next turn will not go up. They could... Oh, I forgot I had a +1 to it. I was a little confused. I'm like, what just happened? So, I think I'm going to take the gold this time and use that to lead the Dungeoneer up this way. So, I'm going to toss down the massive gem there, gold pouch there, Ratman there. I didn't even look. I don't think I had any rooms. Yeah. But if I had a room and it was the correct thing to link up, I'm going to be upset with myself. If/when I ever figure it out. Since it's a Ratman, I'm not overly concerned with how much damage I do when, what type of damage. They don't have much in the way of options. I already have gold loaded up, so I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. I guess either of those I would be selling. I don't know if either is better than the other. I've noticed these down at the bottom. C2, I don't know what those mean. What else? Alright, what are these rooms? Alright, there is a mysterious fountain. A link. I'm gonna kind of tempt my fate and put it here so that I can move to these other treasures that I already have loaded up. Man, I wish there was no connection at the top of this so I could put that there, but no such luck. And let's see, what monster should I put in there? A knoll, or a knoll?
Ah.
Let's start trying to build up my burst. He's gonna put himself into fury already. Bastard. Let's protect myself some because he's gonna be dealing. Yeah. Okay, this time. Oh, I forgot that I had a +1 already. Good. I was gonna do the swift attack next turn if that didn't work out, but it worked out. There's not any treasure in this room yet, right? There's just the fountain. So take a sparkly headband and sell it, or it's only level 2 treasure. Yo, I didn't look at those stupid rooms. Once again, there was a good connecting room for the boss room. Slightly upset with myself. Alright, save the swift attack, because that could be important for hurting him. I got 2 swift attacks, so that's good pounce. Or, I'm sorry, the burst built up. He hurts himself. No, he's gonna make me discard. Bastard. No, actually, I can throw Cat and deal full damage. Kill him this round. Sell off a sparkly headband. useful. Corridors. 4 rooms. Or anything. Put a treasure there. Going north no matter what I choose, apparently. So that's fine by me. Okay, he's going to be able to block a physical and deal 2 predictable, so I have the I get to see what his next attack is going to be as well. Kind of nice. Well, let's go ahead and use the unblockable since he's a block there. Now he's got an unblockable. Bastard. This got me down a bit. Another unblockable. This next one's going to hurt him some. So, let's go ahead and gain a card. Increase the odds I'm going to get to throw cat. That's going to be able to deal 3 damage for me, and I have a swift. So as long as he doesn't get a physical block card. Oh, I did take into account the fact he's going to damage himself 1. Good. Let's pick up some gold because that might help me to guide where I want them to go. Is he losing health whenever I take out his little minions? I didn't really notice that. Leader. +1 hit point for each surrounding minion. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so... no good rooms. Bad rooms, bad rooms, bad rooms. So we're going to send her that way. Connect up. Hurt me, hurt yourself. That would put them directly into Fury, so we can avoid that. Let's go gain a health, gain a card. Gonna cause me to discard? Man, you a punk. Let's go ahead and increase my burst. I'm really not liking you right now. So if I deal 3, I guess gaining a card's gonna be. Okay, so he's gonna deal 3 to me, 1 to himself. If I deal those 3 magic to him, that ends it. Hopefully he wants to go to the right. Good. Mysterious fountain. Not any place useful I can put it. Corridor that's not useful. Corridor that's not useful. Fun, fun, fun. Load that up as a treasure so that hopefully I get to pick it up.
Ah.
That looks perfect. Give me a card. Unblockable. Let's slice them up. And finally we'll fire blast. Whoosh. Easy. Those are all things I don't have already. Since I had a straitjacket earlier, do I not have the option of putting the straitjacket on? Is it considered low? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It didn't show me like that I was losing things for using that. So level 1 treasure. Go ahead and give a Ratman there. And yes, I did notice that that is a connecting corridor for me. sellable item. Where are you going to try and lead yourself to? North, alright. And of course now I get another 2 things that would enable me to go that way. Put, enemy there.
Huh?
Even if he had something dealt for to me. I gained an achievement in a situation like this. I had a stupidity card, and I played it and let them kill themselves. And there's an achievement for that, so. Alright. I don't think I want any loot to put down. Maybe I did. Let's see what... okay, so she's gonna go that way. Now she's not. Such is life. I think she will walk down to it. I'm a little bit greedy. I want to take every possible treasure that I can. It's also, when I kill that enemy, it's going to reduce the boss's health, which is nice. Yep, slice. He's going to hurt himself. That's going to put me to where my magic attack just kills him. Now I'm just going to sell stuff because I do not want to load up more. I'm not even going to put a treasure in a person there. Not normally I would. I do not feel like it right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to build up a magic burst, because it seems like I've got a fair amount of magic in this deck right now. It'll deal 1 and gain a card. Okay, we'll put him into Fury though, so hopefully I get a 2 damage magic attack. Because that'll only give him 1 turn of Fury. There we go. That's right. Make me disappointed. I don't even care. And the glyph. That's just going to be sold. And nothing.
Huh?
I guess I could have put treasure right there, but another appalling Rat King. So 2 damage to me, 1 to himself. Not the smartest thing in the world. Whatever. We'll do the unblocked. Swift. 1 damage, I'll deal 2. 1 to me, 1 to himself. And I'll do 2. That will end the fight. So yeah, not too terribly tough at this point.
Do you have any decency, I wonder? Like the Ivory League of Explorers. Instead you pillage and plunder and rip everything asunder. You're just a reckless bunch of marauders.
So there you go. That's going to be the end of this first video here. I will pop out real quick and... yeah, those are extra dungeons that I'll now be able to go to. But so yeah, I gained a ton of gold by going around and around and around. So from the monsters killed, from the loot and the gear, and then from the quest, yeah, that I would have gotten if I made a beeline for it. So get to attack on a trophy room. We'll do that right off to the side of the the main hall there.
Caught up in all this doom and gloom of all the places you've wrecked, it's nice to have a big trophy room. A place to quietly reflect.
So, expanding the guild. Talisman the Trickster unlocks Trickster's Favor. I believe that gives me more loot options early in the dungeon, the first 2 fights or something like that. Talisman the Warrior, I don't know what that does. Talisman of Heal Aid, if I remember this correctly, it gives me more cards in hand at the beginning of the dungeon. Talisman the Crone. No, I think this is the one that gives me more cards in hand. I don't remember what this one does. Not at all. Oh well. I'm actually, though, going to unlock some item. So yeah, this one will give me Soldier's Helmet. +1 health. Blade 2. So Scimitar puts me straight up to Blade 2. That's nice. Scale Mail Armor and 2 health. And the Mace. Or I can do the Leatherworker. Gives me Arcane and Fire on the offhand. Gives me Armor 2 on my head item. Mage Robe, Arcane, Holy, and Fire all on the chest item. That's pretty nice. The Wolf Belt, Growth 2. I like Growth. I can actually do all of these, but I don't know that I want to spend money on all of them. Crossbow, I remember that being something that I like a lot. Arcane Wand, gives me Arcane and Growth in the weapon slot. So those are mostly all weapons, and then the offhand on the Heater Shield. Arcane and Holy on the head item. I kind of do want most of these things. That, I'm going to place my shops and such in the 3rd line. I like to keep stuff organized, whether it makes any sense or not. Yep, I don't see any reason not to. Alright, so all of the tier 1 items unlocked. Not going to bother with any additional Dungeoneers. I think I'm going to play the rogue out until I can get to a tier 2 Dungeoneer. Don't remember if I ever did that or not. I remember getting close to the Ranger. I don't think I actually unlocked it. But there you go. Hopefully you have enjoyed and you'll consider getting this game, because I think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, until next time, peace out.